From the very beginning of the series till now, FreshToBiS has achieved so many things in such a short period of time. We've got him to 6.1k gear score, we even got FreshToBiS a out character, and the out character even made a guild bank because we needed to store everything in it. We've done all of the Shadowmourne quests and only the shards are left to collect now. Also, we've got FreshToBiS his first ever best in SWAT item. Well, best in SWAT at least according to my list. But as anybody who played the game for a long time knows, until you get to 6.1k gear score, it's one thing, but after that, things are a little bit harder and the progress is not gonna be that quick, but still. I do my very best to not disappoint and show you as much progress as I can. Be sure to watch the video till the end to find out what's happening with FreshToBiS, and I promise you, you will be amazed. So, do you remember what happened in episode 6? That moment when it was Tuesday, raids were gonna reset in a couple of hours and the guild officer didn't show up to host a raid for me and I needed to host my own ICC to get shards? Yeah, this time I didn't want this to happen again. So I tried to search for somebody who is doing a ICC and is selling the shards just so I can pay and be calm about it. And then out of nowhere, this guy, Mr. Hackadoodle, whispered me and he offered me to join their LOD run. LOD, guys, means Light of Dawn, which means ICC25 Heroic run. I've whispered their leader and guess what? He said you can play and instantly invited me into the group. And by the way, the group was already more than 50% full. I think that this was something like a semi-guild run or maybe even a full guild run, I'm not sure exactly, but this is gonna be the first raid that we're joining and actually buying Shadowfrost Shards, and it's a heroic run. And if you wanna join heroic runs, you're gonna need some flasks, potions and etc. Like, I remember back in the days when I was a fire mage and I wanted to top up the DPS, I've spent like 2,000 to 3,000 gold only for potions, flasks and flame caps, only for one ICC. With the prices of the materials were costing a little bit more back in the day, but still it's 2,000 to 3,000 gold per raid, only for potions and flasks, guys. So you need to do this if you wanna play endgame, remember it. And now with everything ready, off we go to our first ever ICC25 full heroic run attempt. This is an attempt. I don't know these guys. I don't know what they're capable of at this point, at this moment. This is my first time with them. And I was not sure if we were gonna do it. But 3 seconds later when I looked at the DPS, I thought, come on, this needs to happen. The boss dies faster than most of the bosses that we kill in random dungeons. Come on. And every shard is reserved for me for 5,000 gold per shard. And in pure FreshToBiS style, we got our first ever bought Shadowfrost Shard. That's minus 5,000 gold, but plus 1 shard. And by the way, I wanna mention that these guys were so generous, they even let me roll for the items. I want you to know this because in the booster run, guys, when you buy Shadowfrost Shards, usually they do not let you to roll for items on the heroic runs because typically they're boosting other people and the items are reserved for them. So this is a huge bonus. And another thing I wanna say is that one of the most serious challenges in ICC, guys, is the second boss in ICC. Like, this is the first time with this character that I'm gonna attempt Lady Death Whisper on Heroic. And for everybody who is playing currently Wrath of the Lich King knows that this boss can sometimes take 5 or even 10 wipes until complete, because most of the people are disorientated. It's not that hard, but it's hard for most of the people. And this is gonna be FreshToBiS' first attempt to kill Lady Dead Whisper. Let's see what's gonna happen. To prove my point, try to go in Davaran and start comparing achievements with people that have Light of Dawn. And you're gonna be amazed when you see how many people have Light of Dawn but do not have the Storming the Citadel achievement, which is the achievement for the first quarter of ICC, the first 4 bosses. And that way you're gonna understand what I'm talking about. But this group here, it was different. Everybody knew what they were doing. I even got mind controlled, as you can see right now, but of course I do have an add-on that automatically removes my weapon, so no harm to the people in the group by me. And let's see if we're gonna get a shard. Nope, sadly no shard from Lady Dead Whisper. I hope that it's gonna be better for the future bosses. Like, these are 12 heroic bosses, so we should get at least 5 or 6 shards. On our ICC 8 out of 12 heroic we got 6 shards. And this time, by the way, we got the Frost Giant weekly quest. And it's cool when it's so early, because we're gonna see early in the video if we're gonna get a choker from the bag. Come on, choker? Yeah, of course no choker. What did you think? That I'm gonna get a recording of a choker dropping from my bag? Never. My guess now, by the way, is 8 shards. I think that we're gonna get 8 shards this group. Every boss from now on is gonna drop a shard. Yeah. No shard from Gunship. But at least we can roll for the items, so we've won our second kind of BIS item. To be honest, basically, these wrists are considered best in SWAT before you get RS25 heroic wrist, so for sure I'm gonna use them for a lot of time. Let's hope that here on that bringer we're gonna get lucky again and we're gonna have a shard. Oh, I'm afraid to open the chest because I just wanna see a shard, come on. Maybe even a Kong heroic mark? And of course, no shards. So 8 shards are now off the table. Maybe we can get 7? Who knows? And by the way, this that you're seeing here is unusual for most of the pug raids, by the way, even for most of the guild raids, because with this group we're actually going for Valitria and Sindragosa. First we're gonna clear the Frost Quarter, and after that we're gonna do the Blood Quarter, and at the end we're gonna do PP. Here at Valitria, by the way, my hands were itching because I really wanted to go in the portals and heal as a Retri Paladin, but I didn't want to mess around with the guys because these are serious people. I want to do a good first impression to them and didn't want to do silly stuff like this. Also, it was not a problem for the healers. Trust me guys, it was not a problem. 7 shards are not off the table still. Let's see. Oh, again no shard. In the best case scenario, guys, if we get a shard from each boss from now on, we're gonna get 6 shards at most. Come on, you cannot tell me that on a Light of Dawn ICC25 heroic run we're gonna get less shards than on a 8 out of 12 heroic with pugs. Come on, I don't believe this. And Syndra, by the way, is gonna be our second big challenge. For the people who never killed Sindragosa on 25 heroic difficulty, I wanna say it's basically just like on 25 normal. But some things are a little bit different than on normal. First, the bombs that drop while the boss is in flight phase one-shot you. Blistering Cold one-shots you. Unchained Magic explodes when you have stacks on you and deals AoE damage. And basically, yeah, everything one-shots you, so you do not have a second chance if you fail a mechanic like on normal difficulty. And to be honest, I've seen a lot of guilds that struggle more on Sindragosa than on the Lich King on 25 Heroic. I know that it sounds like a paradox, but trust me guys, I've played this game for more than 15 years, so I've seen a lot of stuff during these years. But these guys in this group left me speechless guys, because it was so clean so far. We had no problem with the mechanics, everybody was buffing on time, there was no slacking, the raid leader was super chill. He only needed to explain with a couple of words what everyone's role was, and that was it. It was like a well-oiled machine. And the only thing left to happen is, please Syndra, come on, drop a shard for me, please. Don't be like the other bosses so far. And yeah, no shard again. Well guys, I think that we are out of luck, like we had so much lucky moments during this 6 previous episodes. I knew it that eventually we're gonna run out of luck and this is gonna happen. At the end of the day, everything is odds guys. When you have the odds to get 10 shards in a single raid, you have the same odds of getting 2 shards in a single raid. And let's not get angry about this, because one time you're gonna get 2 or 3 shards, the next time you may get 8 shards. So it all depends on the luck that you're gonna have. And never get angry if something is luck related guys. You cannot control this.
12 seconds later.
So let's see what our luck is gonna be from the Blueprints console. Come on, come on. Oh, I'm seriously starting to get angry guys, like this is 7 bosses, only 1 shard. Of course I'm joking with you guys, I'm a man of the humor, so you're gonna see some more humor in my videos by the way, because I love to laugh and I love it when I make other people laugh. I'm happy if this is funny for you. So yeah, every time when I'm on the Blood Queen, I'm gonna remember the 5 wipes that we had with my guild when we tried to do the quest for me, and the luck that we had then with people getting disconnected and this and that. But these guys, as I told you earlier, they bring back the trust in humanity for me, because everything was perfect so far. The Blood Queen is the 3rd boss that can drop a Conqueror's Mark that we can eventually roll and win at the end. I'm talking about the Heroic Conqueror's Mark. So this is our 3rd shot at a Conqueror's Mark Heroic and a Shadowfrost Shard dropping at the same time. I'm kinda skeptical at this point, but let's see. Yeah. Okay guys. 50% is done, like we got a Heroic Kong's Mark. Sadly no Shadowfrost Shard, but at least we can roll on a Kong's Mark. I seriously at least want us to win the Heroic Mark. Because at the end of the day, it's not only Shadowfrost Shards guys. We're gonna need a lot of items in order to see this character getting best in SWAT. And we're gonna need 4 Heroic Marks to achieve this, so arguably this is gonna be maybe the hardest thing for us to achieve. After Shadowmourne that is. And let's see if Rotface is gonna do something for us. Come on Rotface, I believe in you. And yes, finally, 8 bosses, only 2 shards dropped. Another 5000 gold, but plus 1 more shard. So we already spent 10,000 gold and we have 8 shards in our bags. For Vestergut I cannot say much, it's one of the easiest bosses in ICC. But easy or hard, I just want a shard. And of course, a shard didn't drop, but at least the mail belt dropped. I can use it as a Retri Paladin. Maybe later the leather belt from PP is gonna drop, but I will roll for this one because if it doesn't, I'm gonna use it for a while. And now PP, the last boss that we're killing before the actual fight with the Lich King. Here I have 4 options. First, a shard can drop. Second, my best in SWAT trinket, Tiny Abomination in a jar can drop. Third, my best in SWAT leather belt can drop. Fourth, a Conqueror's Mark Heroic can drop. And fifth, well, the belt and the trinket cannot drop at the same time, but the fifth option is a shard, a Conch Heroic Mark, and a trinket or a belt can drop, which will be the perfect scenario for us. But as it seems on this episode, we're not gonna have any luck with the shards or the marks or the items, it seems. And now finally we are at the Frozen Throne, guys. We're fighting against the Lich King on 25 Heroic. 1 month ago we were begging for gold and gold share, and now we're facing the Lich King on 25 Heroic. And here the Shadowfrost Shard is 100% guaranteed drop chance. So I know that if we kill the boss, we're gonna get a shard. Also, this is our last shot at another Conqueror's Heroic Mark. Maybe a second can drop and we have double the chance to win one. Also, Gorenzel can drop. It's always gonna be cool to have Gorenzel Heroic in your bags, because yes, Bloodfowl is also a good weapon, but you can exchange it with Gorenzel for the expertise depending on the items that you have on your character. So things are about to get really interesting. And another thing that's interesting is the ease that we are killing the bosses with this group. Like, guys, the 3 wipes that you see on the top of your screen are mostly because on some bosses we wipe just so we can reset heroism. And yes, this is our second attempt at the Lich King, I'm not gonna lie. The first time we had a little fail, we died, but sometimes it happens even to the best people, because when you have 25 people and you have mechanics that can wipe the entire raid, like the file for example, if you get the file, no matter how good you are, and at this moment if you get some lag or something like this, bad things can happen to the group. It's completely normal, nothing out of the ordinary. So if you wanna play like a pro player, you don't need to rage. Nobody in the group went angry about our wipe that we had here. Everybody was super calm, which automatically means that we are playing with mature people who are just enjoying the game, which is what everybody playing should do, because there is a lot of toxic players in Warmane. Trust me, you know what I'm speaking about. And officially, guys, this is the first ever kill of the Lich King on 25 Heroic for FreshToBiS. History is being written here, guys. Episode 7, and we're gonna have Light of Dawn title and a kill on the Lich King 25 Heroic. But now it gets really interesting, because I've seen in the chat bid for mount, which means that you can buy invincible with gold. And I instantly bid it. The top bid was 10k, I've bid 11k, and the DK passed on the mount. So what does that mean? Am I actually gonna win this? Yeah, you cannot hear it now, but in the Discord they announced that I win the mount, guys. So this means that FreshToBiS is not only gonna have a new title, some new items and more shard, FreshToBiS is gonna have a new mount. Here you've seen me pay for the mount and pay for the shard in advance, guys. So when the boss dies, I get my shard and I get my mount. Sadly, Gorenzelk didn't drop, but as you can see, another conch mark dropped, so we have 2 marks that we can roll now. But sadly, on the first heroic mark, I've seen that the top row isn't that high, but our row was like best in SWAT row. We rolled 2 for a heroic mark. On the rows for the second heroic mark, we did a little bit better. Our row was the exact same number like the top roller for the first mark, but we managed to get the third spot for it, and we lost the second heroic mark. Also, I even asked the leader if he's planning to sell the mark or no, but sadly he declined, and we're left only with 3 shards, a mount, and 2 kind of BIS items. I'm saying kind of BIS items, don't argue with me guys, please. And finally, after a long day of playing WoW, we can finally sit for a second and enjoy what we have accomplished so far. The best feeling is after the raid to equip your newly earned items, and as you can see, we're getting really close to 6.2k gear score. We also are gonna train our new mount now. Of course we're gonna enjoy Invincible. This is gonna be super cool for FreshToBiS to have a 310% mount, because this is gonna help us out on the farming part as well. Not only for prestige guys, it's nice to have a 310% mount, and for 11k only. Maybe I was lucky, maybe in this particular raid there was not many people needing it, but what do you think guys? Does it look cool? Episode 7, and we already have a super nicely looking character guys. I'm astonished by what we have managed to do. I'm saying we because without your support guys, without all the messages that you're sending me in game, without all of the comments that I see, without the mail that you are sending me, this would have never happened guys. So thank you. Without you, this is not possible. Never forget that. And now I want to take a second to do a huge shout out to the Discord Fel and Kick. Thank you guys, you're great. Thank you for hosting this for me, for sending me the shards. Really nice people. I advise you to join their runs guys, you're not gonna be disappointed. And also I wanna do a special thanks to all of my supporters on buymeacoffee.com, because guys, you are the biggest motivator for me, because you're giving how can I say it, something of your table and putting it on my table. That's why I'm forever gonna be thankful for you. And because the episode is already over 20 minutes guys, we're gonna finish this one here. But don't worry, the next episode is already on the making, and you're gonna see some crazy stuff happening there. Also, we're going to address some more gold issues that we might have, because as you know, there's issues in every episode. So thanks for watching, and of course, see you in the next one.